The sun was setting as the four friends, Max, Jake, Emily and Chloe, finally arrived at the clearing, the shadows growing longer and more menacing. Their laughter echoed through the silent woods, a stark contrast to the eerie stillness around them. They had been planning this camping trip for weeks, eager to escape the city and immerse themselves in the unsettling quiet of nature. Unpacking their gear, they set up their tents, the bright colours a stark contrast to the encroaching darkness of the woods around them. Excitement hung in the air, thick as the smoke from their newly lit campfire, but so did an unspoken tension. "This is the life," Max said, taking a deep breath of the crisp evening air, unaware of the eyes watching from the shadows. They all agreed, happy to be far from their busy lives, oblivious to the creeping dread that seemed to seep from the forest itself. They roasted marshmallows over the crackling fire, sharing stories and jokes, trying to ignore the feeling of being watched. The first stars began to appear, twinkling coldly above the dark silhouettes of the trees, casting an eerie glow over the forest. As the fire crackled and popped, they felt 1,000,000 miles away from everything and everyone, completely alone in their own world of firelight and shadow, unaware of the lurking dangers. As the fire dwindled to mere embers, their laughter faded into uneasy silence. A frigid breeze rustled the leaves, sending icy shivers down their spines. The darkness beyond their fire seemed to thicken, pressing in on them like a suffocating blanket. The forest, once inviting, now loomed cold and menacing, as if it were alive and watching. Sinister shapes seemed to twist in the shadows, and every rustle of leaves echoed like footsteps creeping closer. "Did you hear that?" Emily whispered, her voice trembling with fear. They all strained to listen, their breaths held tight in their chests. A low, menacing growl emanated from the darkness just beyond the trees. Then, an eerie silence. They forced nervous laughter, insisting it was just their imaginations, but the knot of fear in their stomachs tightened. The eerie silence of the forest shattered with the sharp snap of a twig. They froze, their hearts hammering in their chests. "Who's there?" Jake called out, his voice quivering with fear. Only the oppressive silence answered him. The hair on the back of their necks prickled. They felt unseen eyes watching them, cold and calculating, from the depths of the dark woods. "This isn't funny anymore," Chloe exclaimed, her voice tight with terror. They huddled closer together, their earlier excitement now a growing sense of dread. Every shadow seemed to slither, every whisper of wind a sinister voice. Panic surged within them, threatening to consume their senses. They clung to each other, their fear palpable in the chilling night air. Stumbling through the oppressive darkness, they tripped over gnarled roots and unseen, sinister obstacles. The trees pressed in on them, their branches like skeletal fingers, clawing at their clothes and skin. Just when they felt the darkness would consume them, they stumbled into a ghostly clearing. In the centre stood an ancient, dilapidated campsite, shrouded in an eerie silence. A tattered tent, ripped and faded, sagged ominously in the middle. A rusty lantern hung from a nearby tree, swinging gently in the breeze, casting ghostly shadows. As they approached cautiously, a sense of dread washed over them. The remnants of a fire lay in the fire pit, the wood freshly burnt, as if someone or something had been there moments before. It was as if an unseen presence lingered, watching them, and then they saw it. A figure, shrouded in shadow, sitting by the fire, its presence malevolent. Its eyes glowed an eerie red in the darkness, staring at them with a chilling, unblinking intensity. They were frozen in terror, their breaths caught in their throats, unable to move. The figure rose slowly, its form shifting and swirling in the flickering light of the lantern, an embodiment of their deepest fears. Please like and subscribe for more spooky adventures.